Welcome back to Salos Wildlife Park. Today we're taking on Grizzly Springs, a huge, expansive haven for two beautiful bears. Let's get into it. Hi, hello, and hey to all of you watching. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. It means the world to me. So we have a lot of ground to cover, literally, with this episode. First of all, this was not the next planned episode. I unfortunately will not be going through with that habitat because, as I said in the last episode, my computer, my frame rate, all of it has just been slowing down exponentially. So I've decided to slow down my progress a bit with the park. And even though I had around 4 more habitats planned, 4 more species at the very least, I think I'm going to narrow that down to 2. The other habitat I had planned was actually going to be kind of like the big final crescendo to this forested area. I wanted it to have lots of water features. It was going to be for the North American river otter, which also the mod itself started having problems in my game, so I just thought it was best to move on, look in a different direction, and that direction ended up being grizzly bears. As I said in the last episode, I wanted this kind of corner of the park to be focused on carnivores because that is quite frequently what real-life parks do, especially open air, things like this, to keep the prey animals calmer, etc. Honestly, I don't really know how true that is. I read it once, like a couple of years ago, and I've stored it in my brain for some reason. But enough about that. The build, yeah, so I wanted this to be a really kind of fantastical, centerpiece, crescendo, whatever you want to call it, to this area of the park. I wanted it to be colorful. I wanted it to evoke feelings of wandering through, a perfect rocky alpine heaven on earth. And one of my first builds that I ever did in the game that I was super proud of, and if you scroll back far enough on my Instagram, you will be able to find it. I played around with foliage and putting dead trees in a very small pool of like that turquoise kind of water, and once I remembered how much fun I had doing that, this seemed a lot more approachable. And grizzly bears, both in the game and in real life, of course, require a massive amount of space to thrive. It's one of the reasons that I wasn't really planning to have them in the park, because it's not super ethical to essentially keep them long term, from what I understand. But I had a very large niche kind of carved out, and I figured I could use this area to basically just kind of cap everything off, make it feel the best and the greatest that it could. So with that comes a lot of water features. I wanted to kind of invoke the image of a bear fishing for salmon out of like these rushing kind of mini waterfalls. And because this is right on the back of our peccary habitat, I went ahead and just mirrored that one with another large waterfall, which, I'm sure all these waterfalls are not helping my frame rate, and I should probably calm down a bit on that front, but we're almost done, almost at the finish line. Speaking of finish lines, I have officially started planning my next zoo. Oh my gosh, Planet Zoo 2 was announced. Let me talk about that very briefly. I am so excited. What else is there to say? I have a lot of just thoughts and theories and conspiracies and ideas, and to sum it all up, I'm just really excited that it's been, one, officially confirmed, and from what we've seen from the last 2 Frontier games, those being Jurassic World Evolution 3 and Planet Coaster 2, we can expect, maybe we won't have all of the features that we want across the board at launch, but I think no matter what Frontier gives us, it will be an improvement, and it will be a very welcome addition to the family of these amazing creative games. However, even though I'm in probably the minority that is not very picky about what we get in the next game, there are still quite a few features that I personally would like to see implemented, and because of that, I offered to you guys to potentially do an ideas video for Planet Zoo 2, what I would like to see, etc. And there have been dozens already from many other greater and more eloquent creators than me. So I will probably take a bit of a smaller approach to it, like what I selfishly would like to see implemented on a smaller scale, species I would like, mini features, things that might touch on the larger topics, but anyway, I'm starting that. It will probably come in the next month or so. So if you guys have any thoughts at all, please leave them in the comments. I loved reading all of the theories, all of the ideas, and listening to them, and just really indulging my excited side. So yeah, please let me know what you think, and maybe I'll agree with you and it will end up in the video. So back to this lovely game that we have now in our hands. We have probably about 2 more episodes left in the series before the full tour, and maybe 3. Maybe if I can push it to 3, we'll see. We'll see how far I get on with the things that I need to do off camera. But out of those 2 episodes, only 1 will be another habitat. So this is officially, as of the moment, unless for some reason my frame rate magically fixes itself and I stop holding my breath every time I put down a new bit of water or an animal or something. Yeah, these grizzlies are the second to last habitat in Salos Wildlife Park. But I'm really excited for our next project. It's going to be quite different. I have multiple Pinterest boards, I have a Google Sheet, I have several Google Docs, I've started the design process for the basic branding already. So probably in 3 weeks' time, I will be introducing that project to you guys. Super excited. But this park, I will be doing a full tour. I will be uploading it probably in parts onto the Steam Workshop, and of course I will keep you guys updated on all of that. I've actually completed the current collection of the blueprints that I've used across the park, and I will probably leave a link to it in the comment section down below. But the park isn't finished, so naturally I'm probably going to keep adding to it as I go through. I'll probably use 1 or 2 more blueprints or something in the upcoming builds. But anyway, speaking of blueprints, this kind of drinking area I'm actually quite proud of. I know it doesn't look like much, and it's not very universal, but to be honest, I mean, I really struggle with implementing those water pipes to where they look nice and they're accessible to the animals. I've used a couple of blueprints and everything, but of course, you know, I want to push myself and make things as original and new as possible. And this hard shelter as a whole is very simple. Again, because obviously my frame rates are on the top of my mind, and second, because it's not like the keepers are going to leave a lot of objects for the bears to get into. They're very large and very clever, so it is pretty much just that, a large hard shelter for them. And I know it's not realistic either to have 2 bears in the habitat, at least not at all times. But my theory is that they both needed a place to go, and in that time where they were kind of cohabiting the space, they made it, and maybe we'll get some bear cubs. That is the ultimate goal. And they have so far integrated with each other, interacted, so at least in Planet Zoo terms, it's going alright. The style of building also is very similar to other shelters we've done around the park. The roofing that I'm about to get into was my original idea for the bison habitat, actually, and I just did not feel like going through with a full green roof, so I held off on the idea in here because this is such a huge building. I wanted it to feel a bit softer and more natural, and like it blended in more with the landscaping and the general kind of feel of the habitat. So went through, put some mulch in, did a lot of planting, and I remembered to keep my grouping together this time, so I could just spin this around. Really proud of myself for that, because I'm usually very messy about putting groups and objects together where they don't really belong. And on the topic of foliage, there is quite a lot of green work that I have cut out here because it was just such a huge space, and a lot of it was just me copying and pasting small sections from around the park. And once again, I mean, I've been playing a bit of Jurassic World Evolution 3, and God, the foliage brushes they definitely need a bit of refining and, you know, a bit of customization options, but I think they are just fantastic. It is so satisfying to just plop down like a full vegetated marshland with like a single swipe of your mouse. That's probably how I spent my first 30 minutes in the game, just going through and creating canyons and wetlands and waterfalls, because it's so satisfying. But yeah, back to the build. I struggle quite a lot with making things look overgrown. I think I'm getting a bit better learning how to place the ivy pieces, how they look natural, and all of that, but I've just been experimenting with different bushes to create this kind of overhang. And as you can imagine, with this amount of space and vegetation, it's quite difficult for the viewing galleries that we created in the rocks at the beginning to get a good look at the bears all the time, so I wanted something elevated, and this is going to be like kind of an indoor-outdoor shelter thing, and this is just an entire trust the process segment here, because I was very unsure about a lot of this. I did a lot of work off camera and everything, getting everything aligned. I have no idea why I struggled that much. I just did, and that's how planners do go sometimes. Something seems simple, and it is very much not. But yeah, struggling with building. Jurassic World Evolution 3 is definitely quite a large adjustment for me. I haven't played the other two games. I haven't even played Planet Coaster, either of them. So a lot of the features and systems and things that people reference and compare the mechanics and aspects to are just lost on me. However, they have finally added the ability to double-click into a group, which I did not realize how integral that was to my building process until I realized that you couldn't do that in Jurassic World Evolution 3. And all of this to say, I will have a video for you guys next week. It probably won't be very exciting, probably just getting set up. Also because I have no idea how the facilities work, and I refuse to go through a campaign. I have no idea why. It's just a mental block. I need to jump into Sandbox and figure everything out myself. Beige flag, red flag, I don't know. But we're here, and I have started the park officially. I have footage. I need to edit it, get some dinos in, and we're good to go. And as I said on my post on Wednesday, the Planet Zoo videos will stay on Saturdays, but the Wednesday slot will go to other games or maybe just miscellaneous things. Basically, the speed builds will remain on Saturdays. Wednesdays will be things like Jurassic World Evolution 3, Prehistoric Kingdom, and you guys overwhelmingly voted for me to discuss Planet Zoo 2, so that will also go on the Wednesday slot. When exactly, I can't tell you, but that is what those slots will look like. And as always, thank you to everyone who leaves a kind comment, a like, who reaches out to me, who just gives me tips or ideas or anything. You guys are simply the best. This community has just blown me away with how supportive and kind everyone is. So thank you very, very much. Right, we are actually in the end stages of this build. This build in total probably took me 5 to 6 days. A large part of that was just me going back and forth between the habitat that I actually wanted to build with the otters and this one, and seeing where the kind of limit was with my PC, if there was another one, just figuring things out and going back and forth before I made the ultimate decision to just hunker down and build this one. But this will actually loop back into the beginning of the park, so I think I made the right decision with prioritizing this one. And next week's episode will be the final habitat that also completes that kind of circle loop that allows guests to actually leave the park without having to walk all the way back through it. I'm horrible at planning. I'm trying to be better, and the next project will be better about it. But thankfully, it does kind of make sense now. But in the next couple of weeks, I will probably need quite a few playtesters to go through the park, make notes for me, see if they notice floating foliage, things that just look out of place, whatever. any issues with the layout that are easily fixable. So if you're interested in doing that and basically getting a kind of closer look at everything before it goes public, please let me know. I'll probably reach out to a few of my friends that I have on Discord, and also give the reins over to my partner who doesn't play Planet Zoo, but I'll give him a checklist of things to look for. So the final step for this build was, a sign, because it looks pretty unassuming. It doesn't look like another outlook, viewpoint, whatever, from where the guests stand. It just kind of looks like a weird building, so I needed them to know that this is actually where you need to go to get a better look. And, no reason to complain that you can't see the grizzly bear, because there is another elevated opportunity to do so. And finally, I'm building for an animal that has a ton of statue and sign options, even if it's not species completely specific. And to be honest, this is unironically one of my top wishes for Planet Zoo too. I want more statues in every style and signs for every species. So the final step to this area, I just built a very simple kind of rest stop for the guests. These screens are hiding vending machines. I actually do go in and put in a more aesthetically pleasing cover for the vending machines. Add in some picnic tables, a toilet, all the simple things. And honestly, this is more popular than the grizzly bear so far, so I am glad I did this. The guests apparently very much needed a refreshment at this point. But anyway, this is pretty much where I get to leave you guys. I have quite a few cinematics for you, and like I said, lots of exciting things coming your way to the channel. So please don't be afraid to leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever you can. And thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys in the next episode of Salos Wildlife Park. Thank you.